What's up, YouTube? It's FitzBro, and we're only days away from the Knights of the Mediterranean DLC being launched publicly to everyone. So get your hands on that. You can download it on Steam or Xbox Game Store. But we're going to be going through another royal house that we have not covered yet. This is the House of Vasa that you can ally with. You see, I've actually got it nice and close here to my town center here on this map. This is Scandinavia, by the way, one of the new maps. And we're going to be looking at all the techs, all of the units and bonuses you can get here at this royal house. So the very first thing you can see here, we've got a royal arquebusier, a Swedish skirmisher that can fight in the front line thanks to its high hit points and melee damage. So for me, that's a red flag. It's a red flag. Why is that? When I see a skirmisher with high hit points, that usually means it's not going to have high damage. And I typically want to have a skirmisher that's putting out the fire. I don't care if they got extra tanky shots. I want them to get in the kills. For me, at least. So, I don't know if those would be a unit I would necessarily trade. 70 food and 30 wood. Also here in the Second Age, let's take a look at these technologies you can research. You can get Golden Liberty, 200 food and 200 wood. All units cost 5% less coin. Okay, now Deliver One Settler, that's an Italy perk, so don't let that confuse you. So this would be a large gold savings over time. I don't know if I'd want to spend 200 wood on this on the early game. I think particularly for those late games or long games you might play, maybe team or treaty, that would be really valuable. But that is a savings over time that you'll get. We've got Tar Kilns. All units gain slightly more hit points, particularly warships. So it gives plus 5% to warships and all other units for 200 food, 200 gold. So, I mean, that's a pretty good buff. All units get an extra 5% HP. I would say that's probably a tech worth picking up. Maybe not right away, but even mid age 2, this could be a nice little boost to your army. Okay, and then the other age 2 or early game techs we can get here, the Hanseatic League, 250 food and 300 wood. Ooh, expensive. Ships a number of torp wagons, 4 torps. So when you think you get 4 torps for that, and if you're playing as Italy, you also get a settler. That ain't too bad, because you can go put those torps. This is what Sweden usually has. You can put them on around the gold mines, and they will gather. And they also spawn berries. So nice little thing there. You can get some torps. So Sweden lovers, maybe maybe this is going to be the royal house for you, the House of Vasa. And now all of the royal houses in Knights of the Mediterranean have this ability. You see this one has a cooldown, and actually I just built it, and it's not available until this actually finishes. And this does Order of Vasa. You can actually just click it right over here. And what this is going to do, all gather rates increased. Villagers gather 25% faster. Buildings trickle 10% faster. Bonus improves the longer you wait. Okay, so what's going to happen is it's going to go around in circles, I think, and every time it goes around, it'll give you additional bonus. So I don't know exactly how long this takes. You can see does take quite a bit of time, but this is basically an economic boost. So this is going to be, it kind of seems like an economic royal house to pair with, because you've got this one just going to make everything cost less coin. You got this was going to ship torp wagons. You've got that. I like to call that like a big button ability. Order of Vasa. And then let's also look at our age 3 tech. You can get ships a number of winged hussars. Hello! And improves their charged ability. Enables them to strike from a greater distance and inflict more area damage. Okay, and that's what you see up here. You can train the winged hussars. Let's get into the next age so we can see what those bad boys look like. And there they are. I know everyone's excited about this unit. There they are. Ain't that a beaut? Oh man, look at that unit. Pretty cool, huh? Now you can see the stats on this. So I've not upgraded them yet. This is age 3. All right, you can check out the stats down here. But we've got the winged charge attack. Thrust a lance from a distance into a group of enemies to inflict directional area damage. So there we go. I can do some directional area damage. Now, if you look here, look at the description of it. A fast, heavy Polish elite cavalryman with extra attack, range, and powerful winged lance charge. But it's very expensive. 250 food and 100 gold. So that ain't gonna be a cheap one to pick up. Here on, I only have one of these right now, one Vasa license. I'm able to train a total of 8 of them. And you can see stats, pretty impressive. I mean, look at this lance charge, 49 damage with 3 area. That's pretty nice. So tech equals 5 units over pop, 13-/8 build limit. There you go. Evolution already knows. And then we've got, so essentially you have your skirmishers and you have your winged hussars. So those are going to be the units you can see here at the House of Vasa. And I know people like to see this, so let's upgrade the units all the way. So we will get to that. We'll age up, go up to age 5. And I also will get the capital technology for natives here. Now this isn't I didn't ship any cards, right? Okay, we got that. We got all of our upgrades. And heck, let's even get our 5% HP here, right? Unit gives 5% HP. And we'll get that too. Okay, so take a look at these bad boys. Here's our text now on our Imperial Winged Hussar. You can check those out down here. And then let's go take a look at our Imperial Royal Arquebusier. There's the stats for that guy. So those are going to be your option here at the House of Vasa. And we're going to have to roll into a different map to see our last 2 royal houses that we have not yet covered. But if you want to see a few of these other royal houses, browse around on the channel. We've been covering them 2 at a time. And I would say overall, there's a lot of cool units, techs that are worth picking up more so than I think natives have kind of had in the past. So let's go take a look at our next house. Up next on our Royal House tour, we have the House of Bourbon, one of my favorite beverages. And here at the House of Bourbon, in the second age, you can train the Royal Musketeer, 75 food, 40 gold, much like your typical Musketeer. The Royal Musketeer that will defend king and country with his sharp rapier and melee and charged pistol. So he has a charged attack here, a powerful ranged pistol attack, and you can actually see the stats of that. You can see right here, pistol attack charge is going to be 45 damage and 12 range. So you can see, some people sometimes ask me about like, well, what's the stats of their charge attacks or whatever. They actually will list their special abilities here on the side. I'll let you read that at your leisure. So that's our Royal Musketeer unit. We know what Musketeers do. We kind of got the general idea. Let's take a look at these technologies that are available, and then we'll advance into the next stage, and we'll show you the Royal Dragoon and the Maison de Roy. Okay, so you could get to the Bourbon Reforms for 300 food, 300 wood, and 300 gold. This will grant experience for each technology and shipment you have gotten so far and get in the future. So, you know, what I think about that is like, okay, so it's going to give you XP for each tech and shipment you have gotten so far and get in the future. You know, is this better to use early on since it's still just going to keep paying you over time, or is it better to wait? I think maybe it gives you, I don't know, it sounds like it really doesn't matter. Like when you get this, it's going to pay off the same, possibly? I don't know, but it is kind of costly up front, 900 resources. Maybe that's why you wait. Okay, next we've got the Royal Tax. This is pretty cheap. 150 food and 150 wood. Grants 20 coin for each building that you own. Okay, so adds 40 wood. So right now that's what I would get for each building that I own. So late game could be pretty decent. Royal Tax. And then the Chonnerie. I'm sure I said that wrong. Villagers inflict more damage to infantry. Oh boy, 275 food. So for you French players out there, want to do some kind of like CDB all in or some crazy stuff, or you want to like send all those techs for a villager revolt, this could help you with that. Gives your villagers more damage against infantry. And then in age 4, you can get Maison du Roy. Grants a royal horseman with all future shipments and enables them to be recruited at bourbon trading posts. Huh. So I guess that's going to enable here. We'll get that when we go to the 4th age. That isn't available till age 4. Now this is our big button ability that we've seen before, right? This is going to charge up here over time. Temporarily cause temporarily causes your units to move faster, particularly those on foot. So it's going to be a little bit of a speed bonus there that you have there on the left side to click. Let's go up to the next stage so we can take a look at our Royal Dragoon. Come on over here. Got some Gatling camels chilling there. Go up to the 4th age. While we're at it, we'll go, I guess, go to 5 so we can do our, we can look at their final stats here at the capital. I won't get the tech yet, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and train a few of these guys. Okay, so these are available in the 3rd age. These are the Royal Dragoons. No charge attack on these boys. So this is a French elite dragoon that hits targets at a higher range and performs well in melee combat. Can trample enemies. Okay, so you can see right now, these the ranged attack, you can see the stats there, and then you can put it in hand attack melee mode. Has 26 damage there in melee mode. 16 range when in that range mode, and as it did mention, you know, has pretty decent range. That's compared to the 12 range here of these Royal Musketeers. So these would outrange them, and you see I can click over in that melee or trample. Nobody uses trample, but you can do it. And that technology that's going to be available in the 4th age, this will give us the Royal Horseman. Let's go ahead and get that right now. Okay, and I think it delivers a few, but we'll train a few up. Oh, we're going to need a house in order to do that. I guess they cost population, which is, you know, typically you always had our natives didn't cost pop, so that's kind of something to wrap your head around sometimes. Okay, we're going to train a few of these Royal Horsemen. So the tooltip there on those, a guard cavalry mercenary riding a heavy war horse that damages while moving. These things cost 500 gold a piece and 4 population. So these things are going to be absolute units. Look at them. There they are. Okay, a Royal Horseman. Take a look at these bad boys. So you can put them in Stampede mode. This isn't Trample. This is Stampede mode. Units damage other units while moving at the cost of moving slower and taking extra damage. Okay, so if I move them into that mode, you can see that additional. Man, this is going to be really hard to see without like a demonstration, I guess. But you can see the Trample attack and the Stampede attack gives an additional, I guess, 5 damage, 2 damage area, and 1 rate of fire. But anyways, there you go. You got the Royal Horseman. And that is everything that is available here. Did we go through this? No, one last thing. Oh, no, we did that. Cool. Let's go ahead and upgrade these units so you can see what they look like if you get all of the techs on them. And I'm going to get the capital shipment upgrade 2 here in the 5th age. It's a mini monster truck. Yeah, essentially. Okay, so take a look. I'll let you browse that at your leisure. But this is the stat on the Imperial Royal Musketeer. And then we got our statistic on the Imperial Dragoon. And then we also have our stat here on the Royal Horseman. I'll pop them in the Stampede mode so you can see that too. So with that, that is the House of Bourbon. And I would say the highlights for me would be maybe if you want to do some kind of villager tech, this is kind of a cool upgrade. Or just this tech getting more XP for each technology and shipment you have gotten so far. I don't care so much about the little bit of a gold for each building you own, but that'll pay off. You get that later on in the game, and then you can go a little faster with this Royal March. Okay, there we go. That is the House of Bourbon. On to our very last house. Last but not least, we have the House of Oldenburg. We have covered all of the royal houses now at this point. If you didn't see the other ones, take a look on the channel. We've got a review of each of the royal houses. But we have trained up our very first unit here in the House of Oldenburg here in the 2nd age, the Royal Huntsman. You can get up to 7 of these here when having a single outpost. Danish counter-skirmisher and villager that can only hunt and gather from huntable animals. Herdable animals. Sorry, they're right. Yeah, huntable animals. Okay. So I can't even get the yak, but I can go up there and I can gather from this ibex. But look at the stats on these guys. So they're also a skirmisher unit. You've got 10 range damage, 12 range, 3 rate of fire. They have a 1.5 bonus against light infantry. So consider that in the 2nd age, It's a pretty nice multiplier to have against those light infantry. And you can see them sitting there getting 0.84 food per second right now. This is with no other type of economic upgrades or anything like that. But that's a pretty cool unit. This is like a dual-purpose unit, villager and a skirmisher. You see they don't do formations. You see how they kind of like group up like a villager you might expect a villager to do. So that's the Royal Huntsman. So you can take this. They cost 140 food, so you can get a little boost to your eco if you're able to grab one of these trade posts, maybe in transition or something like that. Okay, and then looking down here, League of Armed Neutrality. Royal Huntsmen may no longer gather food, hunter no more, but become considerably better fighters and have increased build limit. So let's look at the original stats of this guy. Okay, so you can see it originally had 10 damage, 12 range, 3 rate of fire. Let's get that tech. And now we've got 15 damage, 19 range, and 3 rate of fire, and of course that 1.5 multiplier against light infantry. So considerably better when you get to that first tech there. Our next one, hunting expeditions. Your villagers and fishing boats now also gather a small amount of coin while hunting and fishing. So very interesting. You can be sitting here getting oh boy, we got Gatling camels popping off. Let's see, we got some villagers. Yeah, let's get this villager hunting here, and then we'll get that tech so you can see it. I guess the villagers don't run any faster with that with that cheat. Okay, so there we go. We're going to do some hunting so you can see the gather right there. Okay, so our villager right now is getting 84 food per second, and now with this tech supposedly is going to also make them gather gold. So let's see what they get per second of gold. So now, is it going to be shown here? Oh, hold on. We were moving at fast speed, so that was not the move the decimal over. You get the point. I might have done that earlier too, so you get the idea. 0.84 food per second and 0.08 coin per second with that tech there. Pretty neat. I mean, you're considering you're going to be doing a lot of hunting. That's going to be great to pick up early on in the second age. Okay, and then over here, Orderson Customs. Your warships and defensive buildings now trickle a tiny sum of coin. You got everything trickling coin. And defensive buildings. What's considered a defensive building? Is a town center a defensive building? We'll have to find out. Will this trickle gold? No. I'm sure a tower counts. There we go. 25 gold per second there on the tower. Is a barracks considered defensive? You can use a barracks in a defensive way, right? No, it's not considered defensive. So at least for the case of the Italians here, it looks like the outpost, a wall isn't a defensive building. I mean, I would say it technically is, but doesn't look like it's trickling any gold. So the only thing I'm seeing here is the outpost for trickling gold there. Okay. And then we've got, yeah, a fort would be, obviously. There's our big button ability. The Scientific Expedition spawns a hot air balloon with a huge line of sight that lasts for a short period of time. So we can use this bad boy. I've already revealed the map, but... Name that tune down in the comment section. I know it is. My wife's a flute player. Okay, so we got our hot air balloon. It'll spawn and then it'll go away. So that's our big button ability there for... the House of Oldenburg. Now let's go up to the next age so we can unlock our Northern Musketeer and the Kaltov Repeaters. So we're going to age up. And I'll go all the way to age 5 like we do each time. Okay, now we're in age 5. I'll go ahead and I will build my capital. And then we'll get that tech. Okay, let's train a few of those guys. There, we got them. Okay, we won't get that tech yet. Okay, so... now take a look at this unupgrade. This will be the stat as of the 3rd age for the Northern Musketeer. Devoted Musketeer from Northern Europe with low hit points but high damage. Benefits from promotion. So that's a new concept. We've seen it in the Knights of the Mediterranean. As you kill a unit, you're going to see a little chevron show up here, and they're going to get a little stat boost. So that is a new thing that's been added here. I can show it to you. Let's kill this boar here. So whichever unit actually gets the kill will get a promotion. But the boar might kill us. We'll have to see here. Get him! Poor boar. Down he goes. Strel Bora. Okay, so somebody got promoted. Let's see who got the kill. It's always the last one you check. Okay, this guy got the kill. So you can see there, plus 25% hit points there on the Northern Musketeer. The Royal Hunter get a larger build limit. You can see there, yes, you can get a total of 12 of those. I only have a single outpost right now. 12 Northern Musketeer. You get those upgrades. This is gonna, like I said, they do high damage, which is what I prefer typically, with low hit points. So you can, if you're able to kite effectively, they've got 14 range. You can get some shots, get back, keep getting those promotions, keep these guys alive. They're gonna be really strong units. Okay, and then lastly, this tech here, the Kaltov repeaters. Your skirmisher units, especially the Royal Huntsman, inflict slightly more damage against other skirmishers. So it adds a 0.1 all actions damage bonus against light infantry. And then the counter skirmisher types adds 0.1. Royal Hunter adds 0.4 to all actions damage bonus against light infantry. So that's the, okay, for the Royal Hunter. Gotcha. Okay, so that's what that tech's going to be. We're going to go ahead and pick that guy up. And then we're also going to get all of our upgrades now, including the capital upgrade. And let's look at the final stats now. There's more cards you could send, right? Possibly, depending on the civilization. But this is our stat of our Imperial Northern Musketeer. This is without any promotions, because remember, they can get up to 3 promotions. Take a look at those stats. And then if we look over here, we've got our stats for our Imperial Royal Hunter. Villager No More. This guy is a badass skirmisher. You can see 31 damage, 19 range, 3 rate of fire, and a 2 times multiplier versus light infantry. And with that, that is everything that the House of Oldenburg has to offer for us, including our beautiful balloon. And that's all of our royal houses. We have covered all of them. So let me know which one's your favorites. What are the ones you're going to go after? Are there certain ones that you might pass up on? I know I found myself, when I'm playing these new maps, going after the native post quite frequently, just because there's so many good economic upgrades you can get. And there's also, some of these units are just absolute monsters. They're just great. Very cool. Enjoying the design of the natives. I've always said I've wanted natives to feel more meaningful, because think of how many games you've seen where you've never seen anyone take a native post just because they just weren't worth it. And we've seen that, you know, at first with the African DLC, but now here again with the Knights of the Mediterranean, those native posts becoming a core feature of the game. Yes, they've always been there, but maybe they'll get a little bit more attention now in each game you're going to see. Okay, so if you enjoyed that, make sure you leave me a comment down below, hit the subscribe button, and we'll be playing some Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition Knights of the Mediterranean live on twitch.tv/FitzBro as it comes out for everyone to play later this week. So looking forward to seeing you out there on the ladder.